described as shoegaze poetry. If you were to shoegaze. Special shout out to Val, who gave me like a blessing before this because I'm nervous. A Study of Horses, after Matthew Wimberly. My father would wear bunny ears when I was young, and an old Detroit Tigers jacket every year. We would walk around the neighborhood like that, wretched from a day full of living with each other. To live is to tolerate. My father put me on the saddle and I fell off the saddle. The man making cheeseburgers made cheeseburgers, and he wrapped them in aluminum foil, which made them better. My shoulder was fine, but I remember how cold gravel could be, my sister in the distance galloping. My student tells me about the eventing championships she missed class for, that she read the reading, loved Ann Carson, didn't understand Gertrude Stein. Who does? I say. I tell her the assignment is to emulate what you cannot understand, a voice wandering for the sake of the wandering, or perhaps to chase precision, to study like the dark does, as Matthew says. And so I read and wonder about the poets I used to know before I forgot to keep knowing them. I assign my class to write images for the sake of seeing, and so they see as the writer as the image does for the reader. And autumn is like this, collecting perfect fallen leaves, the ripeness of red, just for them to disintegrate and to not know what to do with the stem. A backpack in my closet full of pine cones from everywhere there are pine cones I have been. And poems are like this, collecting time, without knowing just what to do with the time, to take you with me through the time for a reason yet to be determined. I tell my student, my sister does dressage, and my student tells me that's hard. To be human is to encounter and deal with difficulty. My brother says he wears a clown nose every year. It's low effort, it's just works. A costume is an easy metaphor, though anything can be. The half moon on the horse's head who bucked me, was it waxing or waning? Is what comes next what can be predicted? And should it? If I open the door and someone asks for help, but my hands are full of the past, where do I put the past? It is an emergency to remember. The smell of a barn in winter, a light in the distance, two men in a horse costume who can't see where they're going but get there anyway. Breathing is a trust exercise. Writing a poem for the sake of not letting somebody else down. A student tells me too much about their life and I put on my clown nose to tell them I cannot listen. The listening is what I want to do. I provide them with resources. In the past, I did not trust I would be breathing. In the future, I tell a student to get a therapist, but bring poems about my own mental illness to workshops. Matthew says darkness studies, but he never said for what. Does it study to be the light? When I was a child, I fell off a horse, and between then and now, I told my students not to have neat endings, to never tie the bow. Does my medication study to be my hope? When I was a child, I lived with my father, who I never thought I would love enough to mourn. But time passed, and time is like that, another thing that passes. I didn't pick a costume. I never got back on. wake up intending to write a poem later. It will be a poem about bipolar, or loving my father despite his being my father. Or it will be a poem about my father's bipolar, which I have too. Or it will be a poem about my graying beard, how I look just like he did at this age, how my first teaching job is where he first taught. It will be a poem with metaphors and images. I wake up wanting one thing and getting another, a poem about my up to your name. Bless you, sleep. Bless you, Shira Ehrlichman, in the blood work with my name on it. Bless you, my name, my blood. Bless you, poetry that revealed to me who I was. Bless you, the bookshelf organized by what I love the most. Bless you, being able to love. Bless you when you have been wrong. Bless you, wanting to be right. Bless you, a sleepless night as a warning of what's to come. Bless you, hypomania. Bless you, pissed off at a sock out of the hamper. Bless you, self-work that you are doing for others. Bless you, others. Bless you, the sleeve I wear my heart on for being big enough, cheesy. Bless you, the flight with my friend Kay on it. Bless you, the wind for keeping the flight up. Bless you, lithium. Bless you, being afraid of medication until I was afraid to live without it. Bless you, bipolar Reddit, that's right. Bless you, I am human despite my illness. Bless you, I am human because of my illness. Bless you, my illness, for letting me know you existed in time for me to survive you. Bless you, survival. Bless you, incomplete agog at cherry blossoms. Bless you, pothole I swerved around. Bless you, every new obsession that could be called a symptom. Bless you, looking in the mirror and achieving recognition. Bless you, diagnosis. Bless you, in the middle of the night, wandering into the ocean. Bless you, sunsets. Bless you, jaw drop. Bless you, autumn. Bless you, grandfather's old tenor Martin. Bless you, music. Bless you. Reasons to stay alive I discovered on accident. Bless you, the morning light tricking its way through blackout curtains. Bless you, being a cat person. Bless you, artichokes and ambulances. Bless you, on the road, on the side of the road, calling 911 panicking. Bless you, not a heart attack. Bless you, laughing until you can't breathe. Bless you, what I understand to be honesty. Picking up my story and throwing it at the page. Bless you, the page for catching. Bless you, too afraid to dance but always dancing. Bless you, legs. Bless you, arms. Bless you, head, shoulders, knees, and intrusive thoughts. Bless you. Bless you, what I am convinced I want. Bless you, this life, a single line self-portrait, the only thing I've ever drawn. Bless you, the calm that comes when I know the worst thing I've done isn't the only thing I've done. Bless you, growth. Bless you, hope's red anger scraping the